Nikita, you can start now.
Okay. So good evening. Good evening, everyone. Not having the best situation, but seeing the best in your situation is the key to happiness. A very warm greeting to all. I, Nikita Gupta, your host, on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation and the entire team, welcome you all for today's webinar. All the participants are wholeheartedly welcome to our program. We hope you all will enjoy the session. And now, taking you through to my organization, let you introduce that SEMS Welfare Foundation is a not for profit entity established to work in the area of education, social welfare, women empowerment, skill development, and entrepreneurship, livelihood, generation, and employability, health, research, culture, international cooperation, sports, environment protection, or any other similar sector. It's a matter of great honor that we have among us Colonel Sanjeev Sirohi. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. We are honored to have you here as our guiding light for the topic cultivating confidence. Confidence is the energy you bring to any situation and the deeply held belief that you are enough and you are worthy. Of course, both of these ideals aren't. I always easy to latch onto, so it's a very easy for all of us to lose our sense of confidence over time. Just like with so many other things in life, I believe that confidence is a practice and sometimes that we can cultivate and strengthen if we desire. I don't think that there are people who are born with it and without it, but rather like ones who make a concentrate effort to immense it is their being and belief. And now I would like to tell something about Colonel Sanjeev Sirohi. He is an economics graduate from Delhi University, joined Indian Military Academy in 1975, served for 35 years and retired as a colonel in 2009. In last 11 years, he has interacted with more than 2,000 students and helped them in craving their success path by developing their soft skills and employability skills. In last couple of years, Colonel Sanjeev Sirohi has partnered with prestigious CBS schools in NCR to speak with adolescents promoting life skills and helping them in identifying their identities and conducted teachers motivation and training workshops. There are some ground rules with which the participant needs to obey and follow them. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. We will answer every question in the end. Every participant is requested to mute their mic. Lastly, a feedback form will be shared in the chat box. So without further delay, let's commence the webinar with enthusiasm and positive vibes. Now, let's have the pleasure of listening to the esteemed speaker. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nikita. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have brought a very, very important and interesting topic. And I hope by the end of this talk, you will be able to assimilate something. And I'm sure if you follow the practices which I'm going to be discussing with you all, you will be much more confident than what you are as of now. Now, confidence is often the single largest distinction between people who get what they want and people who don't get what they want. That is the biggest distinction. And want to know the best part? Confident people report earning more money, getting more promotion, and are all round happier people. With this, I start off with my slides. Cultivating confidence. Now, the scope of This talk will be, firstly, we'll be discussing what is confidence very briefly, then different types of confidence. Till few years back, I was aware of only one type of confidence, but after going through a lot of books and other things, I have been able to find out that there is another type of confidence which we can cultivate. The third is why cultivated confidence is important. We will also discuss when confidence goes pear-shaped. That means when confidence fails us. Then we will discuss how confidence helps in achieving success, because each one of us has one primary aim, irrespective of the sphere we are working in, whether we are student, whether we are working, whether we are businessman, anything we are doing, we all want to become a successful person. Now, the success for everyone may be different, but the aim is same, that we want to achieve what we plan to achieve. Next, we will discuss where to find this confidence, what will be talking about. Then there are certain supporting sources of confidence. They may not work for all, but if they work for you, they will be of tremendous help to you to build up the confidence. Then in the last, we will discuss the boosters which will boost your confidence. So now, first of all, let us see what is confidence. Now, confidence comes from a Latin word, and that word is fidere. And fidere means to trust. Therefore, if we say we have a self-confidence, that means we have trust in ourselves. Or in the simplest term, it is trust you have in yourself. It is the feeling of self-awareness when you appreciate your qualities and your abilities. When you appreciate your qualities and abilities, if you appreciate them in a positive manner, then you become self-confident or you become confident. But if you appreciate them in a negative manner, then you are low in confidence. Confidence is the most critical differentiator between success and failure. You must remember there are many things which help you to become successful, but I think the most important thing which is there is the confidence, because it is the main difference between the person who becomes successful and the person who does not become successful. I will not say that he becomes a failure. But what is important is that you must have right kind of confidence. That is the key part. That is the crux of the problem. If you don't have the right kind of confidence, then that confidence which you may be having may fizzle out in number of cases. Now let us see what are different types of confidence. Basically, there are two types of confidence. The first is fairly stable, and either you have it or you don't have it. That's why it is called the natural confidence, or some people call it as a traditional confidence. Now, when we talk about natural confidence and traditional confidence, we imagine this confidence as a sense of a bullish. We think that it is a state of mental toughness, which you will find in most of the commandos, you will find in most of the CEOs, or all those who are the gold medalists, because for them, they are ready to smash anything that gets in their way. So those are the people who have natural confidence. But from this perspective, this confidence is muscly and aggressive. But the main problem with this type of confidence is that it can tip over into a sense of arrogant overconfidence. I'll repeat, this confidence, which we feel that it is muscly and aggressive, but sometimes it can tip over into a arrogant overconfidence, which leads to missing things that we should have checked and being unsure that all our bases are secured. Even we have natural confidence, we can still find ourselves knocked back by a run of poor results or time when we feel that we are battling against so many things which have been thrown to us. So this confidence goes down. The second type of confidence, which we'll be discussing in detail, can be developed and nurtured by anyone. This is not a natural. It has to be nurtured and cultivated by anyone, including an introvert who does not come out to meet people. It can be developed by a person with low emotional stability and also person of natural confidence who has lost his confidence because of some reasons. So it is for everyone. It is not that you are born with or you are not born with. When we learn how to grow and maintain this type of confidence, we will have a secret weapon. And that secret weapon will lead you to success. And this confidence is known as cultivated confidence. So we have discussed two types of confidence. One is the natural confidence, which we have or we don't have. And second is the cultivated confidence, which can be developed and can be nurtured. Now, traditional or natural confidence, by simply explaining with the help of example, is I can do anything. Now, there you must have come across people who always are there, who will never say I can't do it. They always say I can do anything. Then we have people who have cultivated confidence, and they say that I have prepared brilliantly, practiced extensively, and so whatever happens, happens. That means they don't say that they can do anything. They say that they have prepared brilliantly, practiced extensively, and so whatever happens, let it happen. Another example, let me tell you. These type of people, they say, I may not have huge confidence that I can achieve something, but I have absolute 100% confidence that I can give it my very best shot. So see the difference. People with natural confidence will say, I can do anything. Cultivated confidence will say that we have prepared it well, and I am very confident that I will give 100% whatever I have with me in achieving whatever I have to achieve. So this is the basic difference between the natural confidence and the cultivated confidence. But you must remember, it is the preparation behind building confidence that sustains our success rather than confidence itself. It is when we start preparing, when we start cultivating this confidence, that guarantees our success. We want to develop cultivated confidence. And what is that? It is that knowledge you have done all you can, that you have listened and learned, and you have put in the work and left no stone unturned. So that is what the cultivated confidence is. Now let's see why cultivated confidence is important. You know that something unexpected might happen and you might not achieve your goal, but you can feel secure in knowing that you truly tried. In cultivated confidence, you don't fear failure. There is no fear of failure because you are not working for failure, you are working for success. You can happily apologize if something hasn't gone to plan, or you might take risk knowing that even if it doesn't work, it was worth trying. That is very, very important. It is the trying which is important. A confident person will be prepared to ask challenging questions without worrying what others will take, whether others will take offense to it or not. They are not afraid to ask challenging questions. And lastly, they will also be better able to accept criticism because hearing it won't make them feel attacked. Consequently, what they will do is they can take comments on board and improve their performance. So these are the four basic reasons. Firstly, to feel secure. Number, you don't feel failure. Number three, you can ask the challenging question. And number four, you can accept criticism. And by accepting criticism, you can improve upon yourself. That's why the cultivated confidence is very, very important. Studies have found that we perform at our worst when our confidence is low and our motivation is high. When our motivation is high because of many factors, it could be because we have a group, we have a sense of belonging, we have mastered something, we have autonomy to do something, and we have purpose in life. All these things are there to increase or to raise our motivation. But the problem is that if we have high level of motivation but low level of confidence, we will not be able to achieve anything because that will be wasted, and we do not believe that we can achieve the things we are motivated to do. Now, another thing which I want you to understand is that this confidence goes pear-shaped. That means it can fail. Getting exactly the right kind of confidence is a very tricky thing. Too much and we become arrogant, and too little we show timidity and hold ourselves back. That is the biggest problem with the national confidence. That either we become arrogant because of the overconfidence, or with low confidence we become timid and hold ourselves back and don't pursue our purpose, our aim, our goal, or our passion. Overconfidence can stunt our growth. It can stop our growth by making us complacent so that we stop trying. Instead of putting in place a meticulously planned routine, we just wing it. Mastery disappears, and instead of constantly trying to improve, trying to learn more, or preparing brilliantly, we just assume that everything will be fine. That is the biggest disadvantage of overconfidence. And this approach can seriously limit our success. If we fail to prepare, we will be always against those people who are working harder than us. In this scenario, a modicum of self-doubt can actually be beneficial, helping to keep our desire to stay hungry. When I say to stay hungry to achieve so many things in life. This is at the one end of the scale where we have become overconfident. At the other end of the scale is the low confidence. But low confidence also can be a dream destroyer. What is the use of being brilliant if it is hidden away? When we lack confidence, self-doubt can set off the threat system in our brain. And when the threat system in our brain is activated, at that time there is no room for rational decision making. Then we are not rational, we are emotional. Everything becomes emotional, and the mental bandwidth which we should be using for the mastery and the preparation is unnecessarily used in fighting anxiety, nerves, and negative thoughts. As a result, we end up performing well below our ability. So you are understanding that the confidence is very, very important. Even when we are very brilliant, when we are very intelligent, we have put in a lot of hard work. But if we have low confidence, we will never be able to achieve our ability, things according to our ability, and we will never get close to our potential. So, right kind of confidence is very, very important. On one side, it is overconfidence, in other side, it is low confidence, and we have seen both disadvantages of both the systems. Now, how confidence helps in achieving success? Confidence tells us as a mixture of self-belief and positivity. Confidence tells us whether we are likely to achieve the goals we set for ourselves. So, If we are high in confidence, we will be able to achieve the goal. If we are low in confidence, we will not be able to achieve the goal. Studies have found that it boosts resilience and help us feel more secure rather than heads being filled by doubts. Thirdly, we have space to focus on specific and helpful targets. We are not worried about anything, so our head space is available to focus on specific and helpful targets. When we are confident, we make more positive choices, we set higher goals, and we tackle the big challenges instead of avoiding them. Very, very important. We are more persistent and are able to keep on going on our project until we know whether it is viable or not. If we are low in confidence, we will give up on the first chance when it gets tough. We are then lastly, when we arrive at the challenge we have set ourselves, we feel calm and under no pressure. Excited to put ourselves to the test. Some nerves might be there, but the headspace that confidence gives us means that we are able to think about what we need to do to be successful, which is much more positive than a default. How do I avoid failure? So what I want to bring out here is that if you are confident, you are looking for success. But if you are low in confidence, you are avoiding failures. And that is the default setting in our brain. Being focused on something well, rather than on simply not failing, is not just an semantics. It has a huge psychological impact. When we are confident and able to focus on doing well, we use different and more effective strategies. Now, I'll give you an example. In business, it means the difference between expanding or simply fighting to stave off the takeover. If we are confident, then we will be planning to expand our business. But if we are not confident, we'll be fighting to stave off takeover by some other company. Another example, in football, it means shooting to score rather than playing defensively. So that is the difference when we have confidence. And as we have seen, confidence has huge impact not only on our performance, but also on our enjoyment of getting to the point of performance. So the confidence is not only when we are performing, it is the enjoyment which we get till we reach the time when we have to perform. It makes everything feel easier and less stressful. However, some sources of confidence can be fleeting. For example, sometimes we feel very confident. Winning a business contract will feel fabulous on that day. But if our doubt on our skills and experience come to our mind and we doubt our capability to carry out that deal which has been given, contract which has been given to us, the confidence will be pretty fragile. Another example, if you win a tournament, but you put your success down to better athletes not coming up for that tournament. So that doubt, which earlier you were very confident, will bring you down and it will be quickly undermines your confidence. So important thing is that this confidence should always be stable. It should not be fragile. It should not go away. Now, to earn long-term and robust confidence, we need to cultivate it and nurture it. That is why today I have taken this topic of cultivating confidence. Because the confidence which you cultivate will always be with you. It will not be a fragile. It will not let you down. So if we have to cultivate this confidence, we have to be proactive in which we built it. We can then be sure that it is not a fragile. Now the question comes, where do we find this confidence I am talking about? That confidence which is stable, which will stay with us for the long time, which will not let us down at the right moment, and which will not be fragile. There is no map or algorithm to locate its sources because it is different for everyone. Helpfully, there are multi ways we can gather cultivated confidence for ourselves. And when we learn the methods to find it ourselves, we will have strong resource every time we need a boost. So if we are finding this confidence ourselves, we will have a very strong resource that will boost our confidence whenever we need it. Some sources will be stronger and more effective, and some will be fragile. Other might still work really well, but we will be fragile, it will be risky. The two sources we should start with are the ones that we can cultivate the most and give us robust and long-term confidence, that is mastery and preparation. These are the two things which are very, very important to cultivate confidence of what I am talking about. First is the mastery. You have to be master in whatever you're doing. And second is the preparation. These aspects will remind us that we have reasons to be confident, offering physical and psychological evidence that we are able to do whatever we need to do. Why physical and psychological? That we will see later on. Studies in both these areas show that working on them make us more resilient, focused, and adept at keeping distractions or setbacks in correct perspective. So this is where we'll find this confidence. So now let us discuss the first one, that is the mastery. Mastery helps us achieve our goal by giving us the skill we need. But even when we have mastery, we can suffer from imposter syndrome. Now, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is when other people believe that we are more capable than what we believe. That is known as imposter syndrome, and it can be very, very harmful. So it is not enough to have a high level of competency in specific skills. We also have to have experience in using those skills. So when we have experience in using those skills, then only we can avoid this imposter syndrome. At first time we do anything, it can be very scary and stressful because we are outside our comfort zone. Collecting first-time experiences add to our mastery that we incorporate into our repertoire. Each time we repeat that once new activity, it becomes more mundane and less scary, allowing us to focus on what is important and what is worrying. So this we must understand that if we keep on repeating the same activity, which was once a new activity, it will, although it will become mundane, but it will become less scary. And as a result of that, we will be able to focus on what is important and not on what we will be worried about. As well as collecting experiences, we also need to collect evidence. That is very, very important. That's why I put it in the red. We have to collect evidence also when we are collecting experiences to use our mastery to give ourselves confidence. Now, evidence we'll be discussing. We should flag such achievements. That is very important because Success breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. And in this way, we can establish a positive circle. And last is the real benefit of the confidence that mastery gives us is that once we have it for a period of time. So if we master what we are doing, then that mastery will give us confidence. But in addition to that mastery, so that we don't get involved in the imposter syndrome, we must we must have experiences, we must repeat those things again and again. In addition to experiences, we must collect evidences also. And we should flag such achievements. And I've told you the real benefit is that it will be for a long period of time. Next, we come to the second one, that is the preparation. The more planning, research, and practice we put into our preparation, the more confidence we have when we step into a limelight. You must have seen that if, like I'll tell you my example, if I have to deliver a talk, I have to plan my talk, I have to practice it again and again, so that when I am giving a talk, I have got all the confidence with me. Because if I have confidence, I will be able to carry on even if I miss out on few things. Second is, good way to prime flawless preparation is to get to know your environment. That is very, very important. That's why most of the people, before they go for the final round, they try to go into that environment which will be equivalent to the final round environment. I'll tell you, the athletes, when they do go to feel that environment, they go to the training camps. Actors, they do the dress rehearsals, and the students, they appear in mock exams. All students who appear in 10th and 12th, they very well know that before the final exams, they have mock exams. So this is the way how you feel the environment. We also need to ensure that we cover logistics, coping mechanism, and routine, and leave nothing to chance. Because the more focus we direct on preparing the basics and covering for every eventuality, the more confident we will feel about our ability to achieve success. And it is not just about the training, studying, development of skills, and mental practice. It is also to ensure that we are fully aware of our logistics, coping mechanism, and routine, leaving nothing to chance. That is what the actual preparation is. If we are physically and mentally and logistically prepared, we will be able to ignore distractions and focus on what matters most. That is our performance. The real joy of this type of confidence is that if we have done everything possible and covered every base, we will have no reasons to beat ourselves if something goes wrong. That is very, very important. If we have prepared ourselves well, that's what I gave you an example also when we were talking about cultivating confidence, that if we know that we have prepared well, we have left no stone unturned to prepare ourselves, then if by chance anything goes wrong, we will not feel very bad about it. We can still be proud of what we achieved on the way to finish line. If we have not come first, but we will enjoy and we will know what we have achieved on the way to the finish line. These were the two main factors or main resources from where we can get the cultivated confidence. Now we will discuss the supporting sources of confidence. They may not be as potent as mastery and preparation, but they will still help you out in building up your cultivated confidence. Cultivating our mastery and preparation will serve us well, but there are also other sources of confidence. They won't all work for everyone, But when they do, they can be very, very powerful. Let us see them now. We have covered mastery and preparation. Now we will cover supporting sources of cultivated confidence. First is the vicarious confidence. Now, what is vicarious? Vicarious is an experience in imagination rather than directly. Now, let us see how vicarious confidence helps us. It is the idea that watching other people who are a little bit similar to us can give us the belief that we can achieve the same as them. So if you see anyone who is more or less same like you and he has achieved something in life, then it will give you belief that you can achieve the same thing in life. We all love to watch amazing sports celebrities, but they rarely inspire us. Why they rarely inspire us is because their abilities, skills, and physiques are too different to our own. If we start comparing ourselves with Virat Kohli, and if we think that he will be able to inspire us, I don't think he will be able to inspire us because his abilities, skills, and physiques are totally different from ours. People who inspire us are people who are like us, who have done well, who have overcome barriers similar to those we face. It is when we see people like us achieving that things we want, then we realize what is possible. So, by looking at those people who are similar to us, we can get inspired, and that will give us a vicarious confidence. Another thing, verbal persuasion. Using verbal persuasion is another way of obtaining confidence. It can be powerful to hear other people tell us that they have faith in us. Now, I'll give you a small example. A study was carried out, and school teachers, researchers of the schools told the school teachers that these students, they have this special gift and they are better than us. But they were not actually better than us. So the teachers gave them more support and encouragement during the course of the studies. By the end of the school year, these students who were given special support and encouragement were much ahead of their peers because of the so-called gifted label. So what I want to bring out is that if there are people whom we trust and they trust in us and in our capabilities, then automatically our confidence level will go up. Other people believing in you can really help you in believing in yourself. You are most likely to be persuaded by people you trust and respect, but there is a problem in this type of confidence. With such confidence is that there is always a risk that these people may leave you, or you may move on. So this is the biggest disadvantage in this verbal persuasion is the person you are respecting and you have faith and who has faith in you and he knows that you are a gifted or you are a very, very good person and you are a very hardworking person, you have abilities, you have capabilities. But when these people leave you, that is the time this confidence may come down or you move away from these people. So that is the biggest disadvantage of this vicarious, this verbal persuasion. Now we come to the third thing, which is the social support. It isn't just leaders who provide confidence. Social support we get from our peers can also provide an effective confidence boost. Whether it is our family, friends, colleagues, or teammates, being aware of confidence they have in us can influence our own psyche. And knowing that they have confidence in us will boost up our confidence. This can be used as a tactic. We go all out to find the cheerleaders in life and align with them. The risk with this type of confidence is that sometimes we might unintentionally translate someone else's confidence in us into a sense of pressure or expectation. This is very, very important thing which you must understand. Sometimes what happens is that we translate the expectation of the others who have in us into pressure or expectation. Researchers have found that when we expect to do well, having developed mastery and self-belief, we are likely to perform well. But if we have not yet built up our confidence and know that other people are expecting us to do well, we can be actually pulled down. You must understand this. This fear of failure and the anticipated loss of faith that would come with not living up to the expectations of others create a pressure that prevents us from functioning effectively. So it is essential that we build our own strong foundation. First, to protect ourselves from the expectations of others. This is very, very important. So before other people, they start expecting something very, very great from us, we must build up that confidence. Because if we have not that confidence and other people are expecting too much for us, then it will become a pressure and it may pull us down. We have to have, we have to have enough robust confidence of our own. And any further confidence that we cultivate will then help rather than hinder. So that is important point. Now I come to the third thing, which is going to support us in our confidence, is the faking. Cultivating good quality and robust confidence takes a while. It is not that you start today and tomorrow you will be a very, very confident person. It is not. It takes time. But as a quick fix, what do you do? While we wait the first shoots of confidence to appear, we can utilize that fake it till you make it phrase by learning to act confident when need to, even if we aren't. So that means you fake it till you make it. It can help to think about faking confidence as a placebo. Now I'll give you three things which come from the confidence, from this faking confidence. First is our physical appearance. Very, very important. We can manipulate ourselves through the way we physically present. If we feel good about our body and what we are wearing, we will feel better ready. We will feel at the top of confidence. If you want to use how you look to maximize your confidence, wear red color. I'm telling you, if the day you feel that you are low in confidence, wear anything red. Because red color is powerful, it is dominant, and it is physical. It has been established that when athletes or boxers wear red color uniforms, they invariably win. So what you are wearing has impact on your psychology as well as on your performance level. So if you intentionally wear good clothing, and you feel good about yourself, I can assure you, you will have much more confidence than you have on other days. The second thing which you can do in faking is to use your body language. It is another way to tell others and ourselves how strong we are. Using body language in this way has been found to increase our risk tolerance, our testosterone levels, and our feeling of power. It can also decrease our stress hormone, that is the cortisol. We can use power posing. So the body language also plays very important role in supporting your confidence. And third is superstitions. Although it may look slightly that I am joking or something, but let me tell you with examples. Another way to develop this fake confidence is through use of superstition. Tennis legend Serena Williams apparently ties her shoelace in a specific pattern and bounces the ball 5 times before her first serve. You may notice that. You can take out the old videos. You see how she served the first serve. She bounces the ball 5 times. And when she is serving second time, she bounces the ball twice. Famous footballer Cristiano Ronaldo always steps into a football field with his right foot. Superstitions like this gives us security, help us feel secure, and also make us confident. So these were some of the supporting factors which will help you to cultivate, to nurture, and develop your confidence. Now we come to the another aspects of confidence, that is, how do you boost your confidence? So we have done about the this thing supporting. Now we'll come how to boost our confidence. We have developed our confidence, we are nurturing it, but we have to boost it for some special occasion. So first thing in boosting is setting clear goals. As we have seen with superstitions, our reasons of feeling confident aren't always rational. Confidence is closely linked to our emotions and threat systems of our brain. What does it mean? It means that if we are going to use preparation, that is we have talked about mastery and preparation. If we are going to use preparation to cultivate confidence, it is vital that we prepare properly. And to do that, we need to know what are we preparing for? What goal or ambitions are we trying to reach? And how far is it within our control? So this is very, very important. We must know why we are preparing, for what we are preparing, what are our aims, what are our goals, what are our aims. Do we have anything under our control? So let us see what are the advantages of having a clear and specific goals. When the goals are entirely under our control, aiming for them is even more effective. Having them in place increases our motivation, our commitment, our concentration, and most importantly, our confidence. They are also fantastic for reducing our anxiety, which helps to nail our final performance when it counts. So, when we have specific goals, your anxiety will be reduced because you are clear what you are supposed to do. They help us turn our intentions into actions. Most of us, most of the time, we are only talking about that we will do this, we will do this, we will do this. As a result, we never do that. But if you have a clear goal and specific goal, you will turn your intention into action, and completing action is what gives us that confidence. When we have intention does not give us confidence. It is the completing the action gives us confidence. And lastly, having them in place help us to concentrate on processes rather than outcomes, so that we have positives to focus on. Next is meticulous planning. Very, very important to boost your confidence. Meticulous planning is very, very important, as it puts us in the best place for great performance. It boosts our confidence and calms our nerves. That is very, very important. If we have carried out meticulous planning, then at the time of the performance, not only will be confident, we'll be able to calm our nerves, we will be able to calm our anxiety. It ensures that we arrive in plenty of time with everything we need, we are well fueled and incorporated all the mental skills that help us to get into the right headspace. Getting into right headspace is very, very important. Once you get into right headspace, you will be focusing on your performance and not on your anxiety, on your nerves, which may be troubling you. Routine we follow provides the security. They keep our head busy, keeping on task relevant thoughts and action so that we have no time to be anxious. It also helps us to reach the right level of activation, meaning that the task at hand is a challenge rather than a threat. The third point, which comes in boosting confidence, is keep a score of your success and strength. To feel confident, we need some evidence that we can do the things ahead of us. Whenever we are going for something very, very important to perform, if we have evidence of all other past performances, we will be boosting our confidence. Keeping evidence is a good way to do this, as our brain has an inbuilt negativity bias. We need to be proactive about this. These biases keep us safe and remind us to stay out of harm's way. But the side effect is that it downplays the positive, leaving us lack of confidence. Our brain has got inbuilt negativity bias. Whenever we have something important to perform or something important to conduct, there is something in our brain which keeps on telling us that there may be something wrong, something may happen, something may happen. But if we have evidences with us, then it downplays this negative bias and upplays the positive thing. Regular reminders or efforts and achievements counter this negativity. This technique has many different names, but you can call it as a confidence jar or a file of fabulousness. What I do is, to keep the evidences, is that I have made my performance or my achievement journal. Whenever I perform something and whenever I achieve something, I write down in my journal. And before any major event, I'll go through that journal. As a result of that, the past achievement, the past experiences, and the evidences, they boost my confidence. So you can also do, or you can take a jar, and whatever you do in life and whatever you achieve in life, write on a piece of paper and put it in the jar. And keep on building up. And as you keep on progressing in your life, and the day you feel that you are low in confidence, go through those slips and you will see that your confidence will go up, because you will realize that you have already achieved so many things. Next is use of mental imagery. Now, this is very, very important. Most of the top performers, they are doing this. Now, what is mental imagery? Mental imagery has a strong scientific evidence. When we hadn't an opportunity to build up evidence of our skills or success, we can develop them through mental imagery. The foundation of this lies in which our brain is able to bypass movement and physical activity while being able to stimulate sensations, actions, and experiences. What happens is that if we mentally imagine anything, for example, I'll tell you, if you are playing a basketball and you sit quietly in a corner and you start imagining that you are putting that ball in the basket and keep on doing it number of times. Now, whatever you are doing, it is bypassing movements and physical activities are being bypassed in our brain. And what is stimulated is sensation, actions, and experiences. So what happens is, instead of going on the basketball court while sitting at home only, you have mentally imagined that you are playing well, and next day when you go and play, I can assure you, you will play very well. There is a very good story. There was a one major during the Second World War who was captured by the Japanese. He was kept in a cage for 7 years. Now, to ensure that he stays sane, what he used to do, he used to visualize himself playing golf. And he used to play the complete 18-hole golf and trying to improving every day. When he was released from jail, not only he played very well, he had hole in one. All those who play golf or who have some idea, they may be aware that how difficult it is to get hole in one. So that is how your mental imagery helps you. If an image is strong enough, our neuronal groups fire in defined pattern and structurally modify themselves to become more effective. As a result, we gain a functional equivalence with the same areas of brain firing, whether a skill or event is performed or just imagined. So we get the same functional equivalence, whether we have done physically or we have just imagined. This gives a familiarity with specific tasks we'll be doing or the environment we will be in. So this is how the mental imagery helps you in boosting your confidence. And last, we come to be motivated by others. If you find yourself getting envious of others you might be up against, rather than viewing them as a secret rival, you can use your admiration of what they have achieved to boost your own confidence. So if you are up against someone who is better than you, use your admiration of what they have achieved to boost your own confidence. Ask yourself 3 questions. What is it that makes you want to emulate them? What do you think you could learn from them? And lastly, what have they done that you could do to yourself? And once you have got answer to all these 3 questions, you can go all out in attempting it yourself. And let me tell you, your confidence level will skyrocket, rocket. You can use the fact that they achieved it and you can achieve it too. And last, I'll tell you a very, very practical thing, that is to make a confidence card. Create a confidence card. Now, what is confidence card? There are 6 boxes. In box 1, you should write your goal. What is your goal? In the next box, you should write the technical instructions that you should follow. In the third box, where it is written motivational mantra, write a phrase you will repeat when you are nervous to remind yourself of your purpose and your passion in life. In the fourth box, write 3 things you have done in preparation that will help you in achieve your goal. In the 5th box, write 3 strengths that will help you to perform well. That will give you an advantage. And finally, you complete this sentence. I perform at my best when, whatever you write, this will help you in your ideal environment and how to create them. So you can make this whenever you have to go for an event, make a confidence box, take it in your wallet, and whenever you feel low in confidence, you can always go through that, and I can assure you, your confidence will get boosted. Here I have finished. If there are any questions, I will take on those questions.
Wow, thank you, sir. That was so informative. We extend our heartfelt thanks for sparing us valuable time and sharing your experience with our webinar enthusiasts. It's look like we have a few questions. I would like to come up with the questions one by one. So the
Okay.
first question is vocabulary is related to confidence?
Vocabulary, and let me tell you, everything is related to confidence. If you are confident, your vocabulary improves because you are able to focus on what you have to speak. But if you are low in confidence, your mind becomes black because you are, like I told you, that we have a threat system in our brain. As and when we have a low confidence, the threat system in our brain gets activated. And what does threat system do? It tries to protect us. We start focusing more on our anxiety, more on our stress, more on our nervousness, instead of on what we are supposed to do. As a result, so vocabulary also is related to confidence. If you are confident, you will be able to use the words which you know. It is not that you will be able to use the new words, but you will be able to use the words which you know. But if you are low in confidence, you will forget even those words which you are aware of.
Okay, sir. And the second question is how to boost our confidence after a fallback?
Look, if you consider it is a fallback, then it is very, very difficult to bring back your confidence. Never accept that fallback. It was not a fallback, it was a learning opportunity. And if you take every fallback as a learning opportunity, then and you learn from those fallback, your confidence level will automatically get boosted. So it is all psychological game. Yeah, next.
And so the last question is how to boost our confidence on the spot, like in a public place.
I told you, take a confidence card with you always. Whenever you feel that your confidence level is low, take out your confidence card, read through that, read the your motivation mantra, read your achievements, read your what all you have done to prepare for this event, what is your goal, what is the technical instruction which I have to follow, and your confidence comes up back again.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure our audience learned a lot from you. And now I would like to request all the participants to open the camera for capture your perfect smile. Done. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. So stay connected to us for new learnings. I, Nikita Gupta, your host for the day, signing off on a cheerful note. Have a wonderful day. And lastly, I want to thank our viewers for connecting with us and making this a massive success. Again, thank you, sir. It will be great pleasure for us to listen to you again in our future event. Thank you and best of luck to everyone.
Thank you very much.
Now,
Thank you.
I would like to wind up the webinar. Now all the participants can leave the meeting.